Mahalo to Hub Co-working Hawaii for sponsoring this video.
Curious about what Waikiki looks like right now? As part of our Waikiki Now series, we're showing you what Waikiki looks like right now.
For more Hawaii videos, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell so you're alerted every time we post a new video.
Aloha, I'm Mariam, and this is Yes to Hawaii. We make Hawaii videos, take the guesswork out of planning your trip. As always, I'll leave timestamps in the description box below, so feel free to skip around the video for the parts that you came here for.
We're starting our walk here Sunday, November 19th around 9 o'clock in the morning. This street that I'm walking down right here is Lure Street, also known as the Waikiki Beach Walk. The shopping area on my left is the Waikiki Beach Walk. On the right, you can see there's some hula lessons going on. And if you want to keep up to date with other things that are going on in Waikiki, check out the link in the description box below. I send out weekly email newsletters with Waikiki Now updates and other updates throughout the islands. This area, as you can see, a lot of the shops aren't open yet. So a lot of these shops don't open till around 10 o'clock in the morning. This is the directory map showing you a few different things that are in this area, from dining, casual dining and more upscale dining, clothing stores, cafes. It's already mid-November. It's exciting. Slowly but surely, a lot of the Christmas decorations are also going to be popping up in Waikiki. We'll be passing by the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center later on, and they've already got a lot of their Christmas decorations up as well. These maps that you see are all throughout Waikiki. So if you're not sure where you are and you see one of those maps, you can head over there. The entire Waikiki area runs about, I'd say about a mile all the way down. Kakaako is the main street. That's the street we're walking up to. So again, this street that I'm walking down right here is Lure Street. And then it intersects with Kakaako Avenue. Kakaako Avenue is the main street in Waikiki, and it's a one-way road. Just to point a few things out, on the left, again, there's Nahoku, a jewelry store. There's a few cafes, ABC stores, a few places to grab apparel. On the right-hand side over there is a Starbucks just across the street. That one, I believe, opens around 4:30 or 5. So if you're traveling from the East Coast or you have an early morning tour activity and want to grab some quick coffee very, very early, I believe that one opens around 4:30 or 5. ABC stores are pretty much on every single corner, and if you haven't been to an ABC store before, an ABC store is something like a cross between a 7-Eleven, a Target, and a Walmart. It has everything from sunscreen to snacks, drinks, alcohol, towels, clothing, kind of anything that you could possibly need on vacation. Not all ABC stores are the same. Some are a little bit smaller. The smaller ones don't have that much of a selection. The larger ones can even have full delis in the back. So if you go to an ABC store and you don't find what you're looking for, you can check on to a few other places. Some of the bigger ABC stores are the one we just passed at the very edge of this street on Lure Street, and there's also a larger one in the International Marketplace as well. So this intersection coming up ahead is the intersection of Lure Street and Kakaako Avenue. We're going to go ahead and walk down Kakaako Avenue. So again, to our left-hand side, this main drag, Kakaako Avenue, intersected by Lure Street. Now if you notice, I am crossing diagonally. A lot of the crosswalks in Waikiki are scrambler crosswalks. Those are the ones where they freeze traffic all the way around and you can walk in any direction, straight, diagonal, and so forth. So just to my left-hand side is some designer stores, Louis Vuitton, and I'm walking over here to this Explore Waikiki map. Throughout the Waikiki area, you'll see a lot of these maps, and the map legends are on the side, color coding based on if it's shopping or dining. And there's always a section of the map which, of course, says where you are. So we are located just here, Lure Street, and that's the street we just walked down. We're going to go ahead and keep walking. Coming up ahead is the Waikiki Galleria. That's also where the DFS Galleria is, so that's the duty-free shops. If you are traveling internationally and you want to shop tax-free, that would be the area you could check out. While it isn't super early in the morning, it is again around 9 o'clock in the morning, so as you can see, it isn't really that crowded this early in the morning. A lot of these shops aren't even open yet till around 10 o'clock or so. On my right-hand side, what I mentioned earlier, DFS, the duty-free shops, they are not open yet. They are open, but just not open yet in terms of hours. I believe they open around 10 or 11 o'clock. Coming up ahead is the intersection of Kakaako Avenue and Royal Hawaiian Avenue. Just to my left-hand side, there is a Victoria's Secret and a Sephora store. There's also a restaurant up there on the 4th floor, Buho's, and there's also Tanaka of Tokyo. Buho's is very popular for Mexican food. They also have salsa dancing as well, certain evenings. We're going to go ahead and cross here. If you were to go right instead of straight ahead like I am right now, the same direction as traffic, going right would take you down Royal Hawaiian Avenue and you would run into the Sheraton Waikiki Hotel and the Royal Hawaiian Hotel as well. Now, Royal Hawaiian Hotel is not to be confused with the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. The Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center is on the right-hand side over here where you can see those red bows. The Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center has everything from budget all the way up to high-end. There's a food court, there's high-end restaurants, there's smaller shops, and they also have luxury stores as well. Now, if you like really good ramen, on the left-hand side over here in the basement level, there is a food court area called Stix, S-T-I-X, and they have really good ramen. There's a few different smaller restaurants there. Coming up ahead is the intersection of Kalakaua Avenue and Seaside Avenue. As a point of reference, there's an H&M clothing store just up ahead. And again, this intersection is Kalakaua and Seaside Avenue. If you're in Waikiki on a day that we have a block festival or a block party, typically this is where the road closures will start, and they'll go all the way down to Ulu New Street, the intersection of Kalakaua and Ulu New Street, which is just past the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Sometimes they go on a little bit further, but in general, they almost always will start here. Actually, I can't think of a time they haven't started here. So again, intersection of Seaside Avenue and Kalakaua Avenue. I like mixing up these Waikiki Now walks, so I'll do them at different times throughout the day just to show you that Waikiki can look vastly different depending on what time of the year you go and what time of day you're also here. Another Explore Waikiki map, just showing you a little bit of what's here, where the hotels are and where the shopping or dining is, and we are just there. These maps are really helpful, and again, if you haven't been to Waikiki before, you might want to check out my Waikiki walking videos that show the entire area of Waikiki from one end to the other. It's all fully narrated, and I've also got timestamps throughout the entire video, showing you all the major points of reference, such as big name hotels, bigger restaurants, just essentially ways to help you get your bearings in the Waikiki area. So now we're on, again, Kalakaua Avenue still. On the right-hand side over here, as another point of reference, there's an Apple store. On the left-hand side over here, there's a Rip Curl and a Foot Locker. There's also just up above that, California Pizza Kitchen. That's really popular, especially if you're traveling with kiddos and you might have some picky eaters. They have a really good kids menu, California Pizza Kitchen. This street coming up ahead here on the left is Duke's Lane. Duke's Lane has a lot of smaller kiosks if you want to buy inexpensive souvenirs, such as t-shirts, floral print items, and so forth. On the left-hand side is the Waikiki Beachcomber by Outrigger Hotel. And then on the ground level is the gallery. They have really good live music in the evenings as well. So this is again around 9 o'clock or so in the morning. Still decently quiet, and it is November. November is the beginning of our winter season. Oh, here, I'm going to actually show you guys the menu. So waffles, sandwiches, acai bowls. I like that they have the small outdoor seating as well. Not a ton of restaurants in Waikiki will have a lot of the outdoor seating, but I absolutely love the ones that do. On the left-hand side is a Macy's. And this main area, again, it gets quite a bit busier throughout the day, and like I mentioned earlier, November is the beginning of our winter season. So November, December, January, February is our winter season, and by winter it just means that it gets a little bit chillier, but still within the 80s range, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. But the main difference is going to be for the surf. So we have big wave surf competitions on the North Shore beginning around December or so, and those waves can get as big as 10, 15, 20 foot. Over here is Maui Brewing Company. And then coming up ahead here is the International Marketplace. Now, International Marketplace, of course, looks vastly different than it did many years ago. It's fully revamped, but what's nice about International Marketplace is while they do have shopping and dining, they also have some cultural activities, cultural shows, if you did want to see a hula show, for example. This area is open. We're going to head this way. Just above here is the Tesla store, and then just above the Tesla store, there's a restaurant there called Shorefire. Shorefire also turns into kind of a casual nightclub on the weekends, and it also has live music certain days of the week as well. So this is a full map of what's inside the International Marketplace. Grand Lanai is where most of the bigger restaurants are. Level 2 and level 1 is where the shopping is. We're here at the Hub Waikiki at the International Marketplace, second floor, who've kindly sponsored this video. This co-working space, and again, QR code is here if you want to sign up.
is a great spot for our remote workers. Day passes are just $60 for 2 days, and then after that, it's $20 per day. And if you need a dual monitor setup, there's also these extra monitors with the plugs that you need and USB-C adapters plus wireless keyboards if you need a dual monitor setup. And if you need a little bit of privacy or to take a Zoom call, there's 2 phone booths. Coffee and tea is included, and it's a great spot, especially for my East Coasters. This location opens up at 2 in the morning. That's right, 2 in the morning, which would be 8 a.m. on the East Coast time. And in addition to this location, there's also 2 additional locations, one in Kakaako and another one at the Entrepreneur Sandbox. This family-owned business is one of my favorite places to work, especially if I need to do some editing, have a little bit of quiet, and have really fast Wi-Fi. And now back to the video.
And now we're back on Kalakaua Avenue. A few other points of interest, just on the right-hand side is the Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. And then just beside that is the Moana Surfrider Hotel. So this main area is very, very crowded at nighttime as well with street performers. If you want to catch a nice street show, this would be the main area to check out. On the left-hand side is another ABC store, and there's also a ice cream store, Haagen-Dazs, if you're traveling with little ones, or if you just love ice cream like me. On the left-hand side, again, there is a Haagen-Dazs. This main area too, again, is all typically where the street festivals will be held. And as you can see, again, still pretty early. I keep repeating that multiple times because I know that people who come to Waikiki throughout different times of the year, different times of day, some will say that it's incredibly crowded, some will say that it's not. And again, it really just depends what time of year you come to Waikiki as well as what time of day. So if you're trying to avoid the crowds, this time is perfect. Early morning, 9 o'clock, a little bit earlier as well. If you are staying in Waikiki, a lot of the tours and activities will pick up in Waikiki, if not at your hotel, at a nearby hotel, so you shouldn't have to walk more than 5 minutes or so to a nearby pickup location. If you're staying in Waikiki within a Waikiki hotel and you are getting a rental car, make sure to double check the parking fees as well. This is a popular way to get around Waikiki. These are the Beaky bikes, which are the rentable bikes, so $4.50 plus tax for a 30-minute ride, and then they have other tier options as well. I'm pointing this out here because if you do decide to get a Beaky rental or a bike rental, make sure to click in the bike fully whenever you drop it off. If it doesn't click in completely and somebody else grabs it, you could be charged a fine if somebody were to take that bike and run up the minutes, or if they don't return it or it gets stolen. So when you click it, make sure that the light turns green. Here's another Explore Waikiki, and we're just here. So the hotel directly across from us right there is the Moana Surfrider. They have a lot of really good restaurants there. They also have the Beach House, which is the high-end restaurant, and the Beach Bar, which is their more casual dining restaurant, which also has live music. We're heading up to this intersection here, and again, as point of reference, on the right-hand side over there is the Moana Surfrider Hotel. On my left-hand side is the Urban Outfitters clothing store. The Urban Outfitters clothing store is part of the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Those are where those 2 towers are on the left-hand side. So for both of those properties that I mentioned, the Moana Surfrider Hotel and the Hyatt Regency Hotel, both those properties, we have walking tours that goes through the common areas for those 2 properties, the pool area, the lobby, and so forth. So again, right-hand side, Moana Surfrider Hotel. And then now you should be able to get a really good view of the left-hand side where that Hyatt Regency Hotel property is. On my right hand side, there's a few stores. There's Lawson Station if you did want to get Dole Whip. There's a San Lorenzo as well. So again, that on the left hand side is the Hyatt Regency, those 2 towers right over there. Coming up ahead on the right hand side is the Waikiki Police Station. And then just past this, we'll be able to see the ocean. So this street is Kalakaua Avenue, and I'm on the ocean side. So again, Waikiki Police Station on the right hand side, and then just past that will be the ocean coming up ahead. So this morning when I was out walking, I had intended on just doing a short walk down Kalakaua Avenue, but I noticed the surf was pumping this morning, so I thought for this part of the video I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about what the surf looks like. And it's not like this all the time, it's usually pretty calm in Waikiki. So today, as we walk through it, you'll see me take frequent stops just to kind of show you what the surf looks like. And as you can see from this part of the video, it is pumping this morning. There's lots of surfers out. And by surfers, I don't mean beginner surfers taking a lesson. By that, I mean surfers who are very good at surfing or very comfortable surfing in these kinds of waves. I would not recommend taking a lesson at this time, at least not for this day or the next couple of days with a big wave surf. It would not be beginner friendly. This is the trolley stop for the Waikiki trolley line. And then coming up on the right hand side is Duke statue coming up ahead over here on the right hand side. So typically when they say the Duke statue trolley stop, it's referring to the trolley stop I just showed you, and then the Duke statue is just here. It is a gorgeous morning, so although it is a little bit windier and a little bit more overcast than most other mornings, I did want to show you guys a realistic expectation of what Waikiki looks like. I think people see a lot of videos or photos of Waikiki always looking very, very sunny with the water looking completely flat like glass, and then when they get here, if they are here on a less than sunny day or a day when maybe the waves are a bit more better for surfing and maybe not better for swimming, if you're a novice swimmer, for example, if you're traveling with kiddos, that can be a bit jarring. So I wanted to show you bits and pieces of Waikiki and how it can vary. However, if you're not a strong swimmer or you are traveling with kiddos who aren't quite comfortable in the water, you don't have to swim in that area that I just showed you. A little bit farther down, there's a family-friendly section of the beach that has a break wall. And what's nice about the break wall is that it takes the brunt of a lot of the waves. So it's very, very calm in that section, even if the waves are quite choppy just past the break wall. So you'll see a lot of families, small children that'll be over there, or anybody who I would say is more of a novice swimmer. Or if you just want to get a inflatable and just kind of lounge out on the ocean for the day, but you don't want to be rocking around with all the waves, that's a really good spot. So banyan tree is to my right hand side for another point of reference. So lots of people are out in this area. Still not quite as crowded as it would be later on the day, and it is a little bit overcast. Also, just after this entire walk that I finished, I walked down a separate area of Waikiki, and then it did start to rain. November, December, January, February, it does rain pretty frequently, but it doesn't rain. Sometimes it will rain torrential downpour, but sometimes the rain is passing showers. So if you are going out in Waikiki, say for a tour or activity, I would definitely recommend either packing a travel umbrella or heading to an ABC store and just paying the $5 or $10 to get a travel umbrella, especially if you're going to an outdoor activity such as a luau, for example, or you're going to, say, Pearl Harbor or anything, perhaps maybe downtown Honolulu, where you'll be out walking around and a passing shower would not be the best for you. I would definitely recommend a travel umbrella. This time of year, I personally usually toss one in my purse or my beach bag if I'm out, running errands or something in Waikiki, just in case it does start raining. I'm perfectly fine popping out the umbrella. So I'm showing you guys a little bit more of the surf. So as you can see farther offshore, the waves are a little bit bigger up here normally it's actually very, very calm in this area. And then just past us, I'll show you guys what that break wall area looks like. All right, let's go ahead and head that way. And then just to my left was McDonald's, and my left over there is the Aloha Resort. This is the intersection of Kalakaua and Liliuokalani Avenue. These kind of morning walks are really fun. I think for the next Waikiki Now video, I'll go down Kuhio Avenue instead, or I might do this same walk but at a different time of day. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below what time of day you're interested in seeing the Waikiki area. I haven't done a Waikiki at nighttime option yet. I have done a block festival video that was filmed around 6 or 7 o'clock at night where it was quite dark, but that was when it was really busy. I might do just like a regular walking tour, perhaps maybe on a Friday or a Saturday. If you're interested in that, definitely make sure to sign up for the updates in the description box below and comment what you're interested in seeing. I can add that to the film list. Starting next month, December is going to be Vlogmas, where I'll be filming a video a day for 25 days. So if there's a certain topic you want to hear about or a certain area of Waikiki or even on Oahu you'd like to see, let me know. I will be also filming for a couple of the neighbor islands as well. I'll keep you guys posted. Oh, on the left-hand side, which I'm pointing out over here, is the St. Augustine Catholic Church. I try to show you guys a little bit kind of at the speed that I would be at walking, just looking around at what you can see in Waikiki. I used to do these videos walking straight ahead, but I've had some subscribers comment that they kind of want me to pan the camera around a little bit more just to kind of point out different things. So what I've been doing is I've been filming this as is with the regular ambient sounds, and then when it's quieter, I'll go ahead and film a voiceover. That way the clarity is a bit clear. I've tried to film this with a regular mic, and my mic that I use, the sound, it just picks up sound almost too well, so you hear a lot of the background noise, which is harder to hear for those who are watching the video. All right, oh, on the left we've got somebody filming, somebody surfing. And then as you can see, there's that break wall that I mentioned. A little bit easier to see here at this clip than the other clip. All right, we're gonna go ahead and head on out. So walking down Kalakaua Avenue, this entire walk is probably one of my most favorite walks to do in the morning. You can also do a similar walk down by the Hilton Hawaiian Village. That one's a really nice walk, especially since that's got sidewalk or promenade the entire time. So if you do want to see the ocean the entire time, I'd start over there. For this walk, I wanted to show a little bit of the shops and the restaurants, as well as point out some of the hotels, but I'll do different routes throughout the month, this month especially, as well as next month. There's also these informative signs throughout Waikiki that give you a little bit of Hawaiian history. So if you're out walking in Waikiki and you wanted to learn a little bit more, check out these surfboards that are stationed all throughout the Waikiki area, giving you more information about Hawaii. So on the right hand side, you can see people are already posting up on the beach, trying to get the best spots closest to the water. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, shortly after I finished filming this, it did unfortunately start raining, like a lot. It was passing showers, but it definitely rained for probably a good 20 minutes, and thank goodness I was able to keep all the gear dry. Still very, very beautiful. I do enjoy filming these kinds of videos just to kind of show you guys what it looks like here. I love incorporating these walks into my regular content just because, again, it shows you what it really looks like in Waikiki, and it shows you in terms of the crowd, time of day, time of year, just to give you guys a sneak peek. And if you've been in been in Waikiki before, one of the feedback comments I typically will get is that people like rewatching those videos just so they can kind of get those memories from when they were originally in Hawaii before at a previous trip. Coming up ahead is the Twin Fin the Twin Fin Hotel and Tiki's restaurant on my left-hand side. On the right-hand side over here is a little bit more of a break wall. So you'll often see families over here just because of that little break wall that's there. And then coming up ahead at my 2 o'clock is a pier as well. If you are training for the Honolulu Marathon later on in December and you are in town around this time of year, say in December, this is a really good running route as well, especially early morning. I've done this route myself, usually in the morning around 6 or 7 o'clock, and it's not that crowded at all. This time of year, this time of year, the sun doesn't come up until around 6:30 or so. And then after that, it's pretty calm in terms of the weather. It's not very chilly. You could run in t-shirt and shorts, whatever you like.
On this one-page planner, you have everything that you need where you can jot down your details for your hotel, rental car, tours and activities, things that you want to do, and a general itinerary.